I'm Stella. I initially studied chemistry and I graduated Oxford with my Master of Chemistry in 2016. I then went on to do a PhD at the Institut Langevin in Grenoble and the University of Reading in the UK. I'm now a postdoc at the European Spallation Source, working for the Data Management and Software Center in Copenhagen. I'm a postdoc for the PaNOSC project, which is the Photon and Neutron Open Science Cloud, which is providing innovative data services to the photon and neutron community. Within PaNOSC, I have primarily been working towards the staff and user training. All the software that is being created by the project, the virtual X-ray and neutron laboratory software, will require some training for users to learn how to use it. And so for this, there needs to be a place where anybody can come and learn how to use them. So I've been collaborating with Expands, the sister project to PaNOSC, which brings together national research facilities. And together we are setting up firstly an online catalog where people can search for training material that is hosted externally. But in addition to this, there will be a Moodle-based e-learning platform, which is currently called PanLearning, where any academic or beamline scientists can upload and create tutorials on the platform for their users or their students to learn something about photon and neutron science, or to learn how to use certain software to practice data reduction, data analysis of the experiments that they will do at photon and neutron institutes. In the photon and neutron community, open data would obviously help reduce repeat experiments, although currently it is quite difficult to get beam time for a repeat experiment if you think something needs to be changed or something could be improved. However, if people have access to previous data done by other people and they think that they can measure it better, then having the access to the previous data can help make their case more strong if they can compare two pieces of data. In addition to this, there's also the possibility for reanalysis down the line. An experiment that was measured a decade ago, now people might be able to find more interesting information from it. But also a completely different analysis, not just a reanalysis, but a completely different analysis. Sometimes scientists, they do an experiment because they want to answer a very specific question, but perhaps their data will also help someone else who's trying to answer a completely different question. I also think that with the large increase of people doing simulations, having open data could help many more people have experimental data to compare their simulations to, and it not only be available to those who are doing experiments. For people who do a lot of experiments, having a DOI for their data may bring many more citations to scientists who carry out particularly useful experiments. I think the biggest bottleneck is a cultural one, that many scientists have an attachment to one's own work, which is completely natural. People have a sense of ownership of the data that they have worked very hard to get. People are nervous of the idea of others publishing first or before them, or even stealing their secrets. For the first point, there will be an embargo period, so it's not as though the data is open from day one. The second point is quite frankly ridiculous, this idea that people steal their secrets. I mean, this sort of culture needs to stop and be removed from the scientific community. Nothing about people's science should be secret. Publicly funded researchers should not be in the business of hiding things from each other. However, unfortunately, it does happen because it's a very competitive sector, and because it's so hard to get beam time, people can get very competitive, and this is a culture that needs to go away. I think one thing it might help with this short embargo period is that it might encourage people to analyze their data faster, and if they don't publish it straight away and then someone else has a go, then at least with the DOI they still get the citation and the credit that they deserve for having done a very good experiment. I think think for me, it's the F and the A of FAIR. The findability and the accessibility are the most important right now, which is exactly what PaNOSC and other projects are working towards. I think a single place for data to be searched for and a simple method for accessing it, whether it requires a logon or something else, the instructions need to be clear and people need to know where to find it. I think that's what's the most urgent. That's quite simple. I think society would benefit from better science, and I think open data will lead to better science. I think science that is more efficient and less hidden can only produce better results. Having the data always available will help with better analysis and will help produce better science, I think. And better science will benefit society down the road. Yes, since I'm in the business of encouraging others to teach and provide tutorials, I think I need to paraphrase some of the greats, which is that if you can't explain something to a student or a colleague, then you don't understand it well enough yourself.